Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again here on YouTube. Today I bring you a part 2 of my pickups for June 2026. I know it's still early June guys, but I've had a lot of, I say a lot of other pickups, but there were some more that I was going to include in the last video, but they didn't arrive until afterwards. So it doesn't matter. It's good to break it down into 2 parts. There may even be a third part. We don't know yet. I don't know yet, sorry. I've just got to see how this month pans out. But there could be a part 3, or I might keep them until, if I do get any more, collect them up and have them in early July's pickups. But without further ado, without me droning on any further, let's kick things off with some customs. And a majority of this, or most of this video, guys, just give you a heads up now, is customs. There are a few official releases amongst these pickups, but for the most part it is customs. So a few NXT ones to show you. First of all, I've fallen behind on some of these pay-per-views, PLEs, or whatever you want to call them. And first up we have NXT Vengeance Day 2026. The giant V through the middle there with say his name and he appears in the middle of a V. Anyways, yeah, we got Joe Henry, Ricky Saints, keep calling him Ricky Starks still, but yeah, and a few other superstars there. Great artwork on this. And then we have Joe Henry on the spine there. For a second then it looked like Solo Sikoa, but I think it's because of the blonde hair. Then we got some extras there, Countdown and NXT episodes. This one has Tony D'Angelo versus Dion Lennox. We have the street fight between Blake Monroe and Jada Parker. Lola Vice taking on Kalani Jordan, NXT Underground match. We have NXT Women's North American Championship, Izzy Dame versus Tatum Paxley. Joe Henry against Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship. And the special features, which I've already showed you on the disc artwork, guys. I'm going to try stacking them here, see if that works as I go along. Another NXT custom, we have Stand and Deliver, St. Louis. Again with Joe Henry in the center of the cover artwork. Great background as well. Love this artwork, it's really fantastic. There's the spine. Disc with the extras. Again with the NXT and the Countdown NXT episodes. Got JC Jane, Lola Vice and Kendall Gray going at it for the NXT Women's Championship. NXT Tag Team Championship, the Vanity Project taking on Los Americanos. Soruka versus Zarya. NXT North American Championship, Miles Bourne taking on Johnny Gargano. Tatum Paxley versus Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American Championship. We have NXT Championship match, Joe Henry versus Tony D'Angelo versus Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page. And again with the special features. Next up, WCW. And I've been after this one for a very, very long time, and I didn't forget about it, but I kind of reminded myself I needed to add this to my WCW collection after seeing my good friend Richard's. I think he had this one as well. So it's WCW Clash of the Champions, the complete anthology from 1988 to 1997. We have various WCW superstars on the cover artwork there. Brilliant artwork as well. I love the logo. It's good stuff. So the top row we have, from left to right, Ron Simmons, Michael P.S. Hayes, Ric Flair, Cactus Jack, and Johnny B. Bad. On the left hand side, next to the C of Clash of Champions, we have Barry Windham, and next to the H on the Clash logo we have Sid Vicious, and then on the bottom row from left to right we have Sting, Arn Anderson, Big Van Vader, Dustin Rhodes, and Rick Rude. It's one of them big beastie box sets here, guys, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 discs, and here's the back. Every match and every historical moment, including World Heavyweight Championship match between Ric Flair and Sting, Doom taking on the Steiner Brothers for the WCW World Tag Team Championship, WCW World Television Championship match between Stunning Steve Austin and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Harlem Heat versus Stars and Stripes for the WCW Tag Team straps, Rey Mysterio taking on Dean Malenko for the Cruiserweight title, and much more. A few more pictures of some more superstars there as well. So at the top we have Harlem Heat members Stevie Ray and Booker T. Humorous, next to them. I think that is anyway. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Underneath the Clash of the Champions logo, we have the Shark, or Earthquake as you might know him in WWF, or knew him in WWF. Big Show, or the Giant even here. Sorry, he's the Giant with Jimmy Mouth of the South Hart. And this one has a runtime of, check this out guys, 62 hours. Absolutely crazy. But what a hell of a fucking box set that is. And I'm so glad to have this in my collection finally. So that's all of the Clash of the Champions I have on physical media form now. Custom. Good stuff. Got quite a few, when I say quite a few, got a handful of AEW All Elite Wrestling pickups to show you guys. I was missing a few gaps in my collection that I had to get as customs because they didn't get an official release. Beginning with Forbidden Door 2022 with Mox and beg your pardon, I've forgotten his name now. Oh, it'll be on the back anyway in a minute. So yeah, AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling crossover pay-per-view Forbidden Door 2022. This has the buy-in, the pay-per-view, and the media scrum. So I'll just read out a few of the matches because they're really hard to see from back here. So yeah, it was Mox and Tanahashi, beg your pardon. That was for the AEW World Championship. We got Jay White, Hangman Adam Page, Okada, and Adam Cole for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Claudio Castagnoli taking on Zack Sabre Jr. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy for the IWGP United States Championship. Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Dudes with Attitudes taking on Bullet Club. Malachi Black versus Pac versus Clark Connors versus Miro for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. And Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship and IWGP Tag Team Championship match. FTR versus United Empire versus how the hell do you pronounce that? Roppongi Vice. Sorry if I've got that wrong, guys. I have been trying to brush up on some of my wrestler name pronunciations. And then we got Suzuki, Jericho, and Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston, Umino, and Wheeler Yuta. That's Forbidden Door 2022 custom. Another custom for AEW is Forbidden Door 2023. So we have Brian Danielson, sorry, Kenny Omega, Okada, and Will Ospreay on the cover artwork there. Zero-hour pay-per-view media scrum. This one has Brian Danielson against Okada, Sting, Darby Allin, and Naito taking on Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Suzuki. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship in an absolute classic. Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale for the Women's Championship. Hangman Page, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Eddie Kingston, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Mox, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, Takeshita, and Umino. We had Jungle Boy Jack Perry taking on Sanada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy versus Katsuyori versus Shibata, that is Katsuyori Shibata, and Zack Sabre Jr. for the AEW International Championship. We had CM Punk versus Kojima for it's part of the Owen Hart men's tournament, and it's the quarterfinal match. We also had MJF take on Tanahashi for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So that's all my Forbidden Door gaps filled now. All of them being custom. So 2022, 2023, I already have 2024 and 2025s. So that's all of those up to date now. So no more gaps. I hate those gaps where there's missing pay-per-views, guys. It's a shame they didn't get an official release, but I'm glad I picked that up on custom from Chad Stone. So thank you for that, Chad. I already have this one as an official release, but I did pick this one up, and I'll explain why in a second. So this is a custom as well, Blu-ray. Revolution 2026 with MJF and Hangman Page dead-eyeing each other on the cover artwork there. There's the spine. And the reason being I picked this up was I think that we do have the 0 hour on the official release, but it's because we get a Grand Slam Australia bonus disc here with Dynamite and Collision as well, which is pretty good. Nice little bonus, that. And this has FTR versus the Young Bucks for the Tag Team Championship. We also have Shafir versus Toni Storm, Mox against Takeshita for the Continental Championship, the Babes of Wrath against Divine Dominion for the Women's World Championship. We have Swerve Strickland take on Brody King, Chris Statlander against, I think her name's pronounced Fakia, sorry if I've got that wrong, for the Women's World Championship. The Don Callis family versus Mystico and Jet Speed for the World World Trios Championship. Sorry, guys. Andrade El Idolo versus Bandido. David Flair, Gabe Kidd, and Clark Connors versus Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. MJF versus Hangman Page for the World All Elite Championship. And then the special features, as I said before. But yeah, as I said, already have it official release, but I wanted it because of that awesome Grand Slam Australia bonus disc. So thanks again for that, Chad. Done a good job of these sets, and I'm very pleased with them. A few official releases. We have World's End, December 27th, 2025, All Elite Wrestling. Great artwork for that one. Bit of glare on that, sorry guys. There we go. So we got Death Riders. Oh, hang on, it's going to move itself now. Sorry, bit of glare. I can't help that. Sorry guys. Yeah, Death Riders there. Fletcher versus Moxley semi-final match. Okada, Takeshita in the ever semi-final match, plus the Continental Classic final. Sorry, I should have said it was the tournaments, the Continental Classic. It's the layout is so confusing on here. It's good. It makes it's different. Makes a change in everything else to see something like this, the presentation and everything on the cover artwork. But it's kind of confusing for me as well when I'm trying to work out who's against who and what championship or what tournament's going on. I'm sure it's Death Riders versus Tony Storm, Roderick Strong, and the Conglomeration. Can never fucking pronounce that name. But yeah, Mixed Nuts Mayhem. We got 0 Hour on this as well. Darby Allin against Kid. Babes of Wrath versus Athena and Mercedes Moné for the Women's World Tag Team Championship. We also have AEW Women's World Title match between Statlander and Hayter. FTR versus Bang Bang Gang. And then obviously the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, a 4-way match between champion Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, and MJF, all 4 of which are gracing the cover artwork here. And another official AEW one to show you. And I know that I should have shown you this one before I shown you World's End, but it's the order they got released to buy in. And Wrestle Dream, for some reason, came out after World's End, something to do with I don't know, they didn't get printed in time or something. It got printed after World's End. I don't know, but we got it. That's the main thing. I did worry when World's End was released before Wrestle Dream. It was confusing, but yeah, we got there in the end with the releases. So yeah, Wrestle Dream from October 18th, 2025 Blu-ray. Again with the really cool artwork, various AEW talent gracing it. And then we got the spine there. And the back. So we got Brodido against the Don Callis family. TNT Championship 5. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. We also have Chris Statlander against Tony Storm. Hangman Page against Samoa Joe for the world title. I Quit match between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. The Hurt Syndicate versus The Demand. Who's the other team in that then? See, the layout's so confusing. Sorry, guys. It says Tornado Trios match. Hurt Syndicate. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of a freeway because it said trio. Oh, God, yes. Fucking hell, bunny. Sorry, guys. My mind, I tell you. Yeah, Trios Tag Team Championship match, not a freeway. So, yeah, that's right. So, the Hurt Syndicate and The Demand. Jamie Hayter versus Fekla. 10 belts, Mercedes Moné, TBS Championship Open Challenge. Young Bucks against Jurassic Express in a 500k match. And then we got the Saturday Tailgate Brawl, Jet Speed FTR. Yeah, that's Wrestle Dream, and it did get released. Yay! I did worry. But like I said, we got there in the end, and that completes 2025 with the releases, with exception of the Forbidden Door, which I had to get on custom. Didn't get an official release. Finally then, guys, it's time to catch up with some of the WWE PLEs, pay-per-views that I've missed on Blu-ray custom. So, kicking it off with Elimination Chamber from February. CM Punk and his gorgeous wife, AJ Lee, on the front. Gorgeous April. Love the cover artwork. The background looks good with the hanging chains and everything else. CM Punk throwing up his fists, ready to go. And this one's 2-disc set, so we have the countdown to Elimination Chamber, the pay-per-view itself, and the post-show. And the bonus disc we have Best of WWE Elimination Chamber match, Best of WWE Elimination Chamber Volume 2. Very good custom set, this one. So the matches for the PLE itself, for Elimination Chamber Chicago 2026, we have Elimination Chamber match, Rhea Ripley versus Tiffany Stratton versus Alexa Bliss versus Asuka versus Kiana James versus Raquel Rodriguez. We had Becky Lynch take on AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship, Women's Intercontinental Championship, I should say, sorry. World Heavyweight Championship match between CM Punk and Finn Balor. Elimination Chamber match, Randy Orton versus LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams versus Logan Paul. I just wanted to comment on the CM Punk Finn Balor match. I think I preferred their Raw match in January to this one. They're both good matches, don't get me wrong, but in comparison, both matches, I did prefer the Raw one. Just my opinion. But yeah, good Elimination Chamber, good custom set. Thank you again, Chad. Next up, we have WrestleMania Vegas 2026, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Spine. And this one is a 4-disc set. So we have disc 1, which contains all of that. So live matches, WrestleMania kickoff, 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker, John Cena, SmackDown, Countdown to WrestleMania 42. And disc 2 we have WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania 42 Saturday post show, WWE World Live Matches Parts 1 and 2. Disc 3 we have Countdown to WrestleMania Sunday, WrestleMania Sunday itself, and WrestleMania 42 Sunday post show. Disc 4 we have Raw Hall of Fame Red Carpet 2026 and the Hall of Fame Ceremony 2026 itself. Here's the back. You already know all the matches, guys. Come on. Don't get me to read them all, please. But there you go. Nights 1 and 2. If you want to pause and read. Run time for this, nearly 25 hours. And there's some interior artwork I wanted to show you guys, which I think looks absolutely awesome to accompany this custom Blu-ray set of Vegas, the stadium in Vegas. Pretty badass. Good stuff. Absolutely appreciate that. I'm just going to leave that off the pile because I'm not going to put the cover back in just yet because I don't want to take up a lot of time. So next pickup and final pickup, WWE Backlash Tampa 2026 with Tribal Chief Roman Reigns gracing the cover artwork for this one. And these Blu-rays are absolutely fantastic, aren't they, guys? So they have, this one has a Countdown to Backlash, Backlash PLE, and Backlash post-show. Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins, Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the US title, Danhausen and question marks versus The Miz and Kit Wilson, Asuka versus Io Sky. Roman Reigns took on Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship in a really good match. I did like that one. And then obviously the special features again. But yeah, guys, that's it for my part 2 of June 2026 wrestling pickups. Like I said, a majority of them are customs here. I hope you've enjoyed this and appreciated this video today. Give me a like if I deserve it. Comment, subscribe and everything else. And I just wanted to add that Chad Stone is the gentleman that puts these customs together, just in case you're going to ask me in the comments. Anyone that asks still, I'm just going to ignore the comments, not in a rude way. It's just no point me replying to something I've already mentioned in the video. So if you've not taken the time to listen to or watch and listen to the video all the way through, that's not really my problem. And I don't mean to be rude when I say that either. But anyway, thank you for watching. Much love and appreciation to you all. Stay safe and I'll catch you again soon for another video. Goodbye for now.